Black Phillip, it's Black Phillip. We are deeply in horror world, and we are going to discuss a very modern release. It is called Get Out, and it is directed by Jordan Peele. It is the story of a very handsome couple, Chris and Rose, who are progressing into their relationship to the point of where he must go and meet her parent. They're an interracial couple. Chris is black, Rose is white. There's a little bit of nervousness with them going to visit her parents for the weekend. So they get there, and there seems to be some overly accommodating of Chris with her family that you could chalk up to white guilt. So he just kind of writes some of it off, but then things proceed to get worse. And then the whole weekend just basically turns into a full-fledged nightmare. But what's so great about it is you start suspecting, bad things, but you just don't realize how bad it is. And when you do, it's like, whoa! It's like you said, there's so many layers to this. One of my favorite scenes is the whole sunken place scene where he's hypnotized by Rose's mother, and when she taps her teacup 3 times, that's the trigger. He goes under in this overstuffed chair, and he's just sinking, and all of a sudden he's floating in outer space, and he can see her way up above, and he is helpless. And he's introduced to a video. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in this film. It's one of those moments where you get up and go, fuck yeah, this is awesome. Kill him. He is a dick. Get out. And then he stabs Dad while Jen Hudson is on the operating table with his head cut open. Meanwhile, Rose is upstairs, headphones or whatever on. She doesn't hear any of this. Got every horror movie trope. Peele's like, wait a minute, I gotta get all this shit in there. Whammo. Yeah, her wig comes off. You see where she's had a brain transplant. Yeah, she is fucked up, man. Yeah, she is insane. I was totally expecting Night of the Living Dead. I was like, they're just going to shoot it. Join our mailing list. You can do that at johnnyhasthekeys.com. Click contact us and join our mailing list, and that'll give you an idea of what we have in store for you. And I will look forward to it and whatever science fiction you bring my way. All right, take care. Bye. He did produce 2 movies. One was House of Dark Shadows. The second was Night of Dark Shadows. And then later in the early 90s, he came back. It's funny, he was always trying to escape the shadow of Dark Shadows, but he always kept getting pulled back to it. And they did a brief revamp of it in the early 90s with Barbara Steele. And Barnabas was Ben Cross. And it was great. It was really well done. It was prime time, like Dynasty, only Dark Shadows. The only thing that they think may have killed it was the Gulf War, because the Gulf War happened simultaneously, and all of that was the first war we ever had televised, and there was just no competing with it. So it got released, at a very bad time. A lot of this film talks about the popularity and the sustainability of Dark Shadows and how there are still conventions going on now with these original actors still. Long Live Dark Shadows. Anyone that has never seen it, I highly recommend checking out a best of, because you're not going to want to immerse yourself in 1,200 episodes of a 60s soap opera. Trust me.
You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.